Welcome to this chapter dedicated to safety in the sectors of generators, water, and pumping. In many professional environments, these technologies play a crucial role, whether it's powering essential equipment, managing water resources, or ensuring pumping operations. However, their use involves specific risks that, if not managed, can result in severe or even fatal accidents. This chapter will address key dangers in these areas, such as electrical and mechanical risks associated with generators, water hazards, including wet environments, flooding, and slippery surfaces, necessary precautions to avoid injuries during pumping operations, especially in confined or pressurized spaces. Together, we will explore best practices to ensure a reliable, safe, and compliant working environment. Generators, although essential in many activities, come with significant risks if not used properly. Electrical risks. Electric shocks are a major hazard, which can occur due to defective wiring with worn-out or poorly connected wires, exposing users to electric discharges, improper grounding, which can lead to short circuits or electrocution risks, direct contact with live parts, causing severe injuries. Fire risks. Generators use fuel and generate heat, creating fire risks. Fuel leaks from improper handling or storage may cause accidental ignition. Overheating can occur if a generator runs too long or is left unsupervised. Poor ventilation can lead to the accumulation of heat or flammable gases. To use generators safely, it's essential to implement appropriate preventive measures. Regular maintenance. Regularly inspect cables, sockets, and connections. Address any signs of wear or deterioration promptly to avoid malfunctions or electrical hazards. Use in ventilated areas. Always operate generators in well-ventilated spaces to effectively disperse exhaust gases and avoid carbon monoxide poisoning or overheating. Proper installation. Respect the generator's maximum capacity to prevent overloading. Install protective devices such as circuit breakers or automatic switches to mitigate electrical and mechanical risks. Fuel management. Store fuel in approved containers away from heat sources or flames. Handle fuel cautiously to prevent spills or accidental ignition. Working in aquatic environments presents specific risks that require constant vigilance and appropriate measures. Drowning is an ever-present risk in water-related work. It can occur due to accidental immersion, leading to suffocation. Situations like electric shocks that immobilize movements or unconsciousness from exhaustion or illness amplify this danger. Electrocution. Water is an excellent conductor and heightens electrical dangers. Contact between water and faulty electrical equipment can lead to electrocution. Humid environments further increase the risk of electric shocks for workers. To minimize risks associated with working in water, follow these strict preventive measures. Protective equipment. Ensure that all personnel use appropriate equipment, such as life jackets to prevent drowning, waterproof suits to protect against wet conditions, and diving gear for underwater operations. Signage. Install visible signage and effective alert systems to inform teams about specific hazards, such as strong currents, deep areas, or electrical risks. Emergency plan. Develop and communicate a clear emergency plan with protocols for managing incidents. Regularly train teams in rescue techniques, CPR, and rapid evacuation procedures. Working with electricity and water requires strict precautions. Waterproof equipment. Use devices that are moisture-resistant to prevent infiltration and short circuits. Training. Educate teams on electrical risks and emergency procedures. Personal protective equipment, PPE. Wear insulated gloves, rubber boots, and protective suits. Inspection. Regularly check cables and equipment to prevent corrosion. Emergency plan. Define procedures for quickly disconnecting power and responding effectively to incidents. Pumping operations present specific dangers that can affect worker safety and the environment. Leaks and spills. Pipes or equipment may rupture, releasing potentially toxic or polluting substances, harming human health, and contaminating the environment. Fires and explosions. Flammable substances in pumping systems may ignite or explode if sparked or subjected to excessive pressure. Physical injuries. Workers are at risk of severe accidents from poorly maintained equipment, unprotected moving parts, or contact with hazardous substances. To ensure safety during pumping operations, implement the following preventive measures. Training. Train workers on specific pumping risks and safety procedures. Appropriate equipment. Use pumping equipment designed for specific conditions, such as high-pressure resistant hoses and protective devices. Regular maintenance. Perform regular inspections and maintenance to prevent failures and ensure equipment functions correctly. Safety systems. Install safety devices like pressure relief valves or leak detectors to prevent incidents. Continuous monitoring. Constantly monitor equipment to detect any anomalies or failures in real time. In case of an incident during pumping operations, a clear and swift emergency protocol is essential to limit damage and ensure the safety of responders. Identify, quickly detect the source of the issue, leak, failure, etc., and assess immediate risks. Stop operations, halt pumping activities, and cut off power to prevent the incident from worsening. Secure. Implement measures to protect workers and surrounding areas, e.g., evacuation zones, hazard warnings. Contain, if necessary, use devices to contain spills or limit the spread of substances, e.g., barriers, containment trays. Intervene. Carry out necessary repairs or actions to resolve the issue, using appropriate procedures and following safety guidelines. Conclusion. Safety in the sectors of generators, water, and pumping relies on strict prevention practices. Continuous operator training, regular equipment maintenance, the use of appropriate tools, and adherence to maximum capacities are essential to avoid risks. By integrating these principles, we can create safer working environments and effectively manage risks in these sectors. Thank you for your attention.